Welcome to Beer and Books.
Almost. I think we did it better last week.
No, it wasn't bad.
Wasn't terrible.
So we just found this beer today. It is called Flying Machine from Aardvark Brewing Company. This brewing company is up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, which is pretty cool.
I like what it says on the front. It says, what water wants to be.
Yeah, I've never seen this one before. Double dry hopped IPA soaring over hazy skies with lifting wings of juicy tangerine and pineapple plumes.
This is funny.
That's amazing.
It's like a flying hop.
5.5 ABV and 25 IBUs. It's good. It's a juicy Indian Pale Ale. Man, juicy IPAs are just, once the weather starts getting warmer,
Which today was was like 60. Tomorrow it's going to be really close to 70 for us.
That's amazing because it's March and we're in Wisconsin, which is kind of unusual.
It's glorious when we get those random days.
I got like a little taste of yard work. It was like to die for.
He had off work today.
This is very good though. We're filming this on actually a Thursday.
Yes, because I have my in-person book club tomorrow night, which will not be like tomorrow night when you're watching this, but it will have transpired by then. But yeah, you'll be watching this on Saturday or whenever you get the chance.
DNF'd your book club book.
I sure did.
For tomorrow night.
I gotta show it.
Why don't you show it?
It's over here. Okay.
DNF.
So we'll do like a very brief, update. I think for book club things, and then dive into something else.
Yes.
But yes, I unfortunately stopped on this one. I was maybe not even halfway through, and I couldn't do it anymore. Or I was right about at that halfway mark. And I was upset because it felt like this was perfect for March, as it takes place or a lot of it takes place in Ireland. So I thought, oh, okay, the vibes, like I really, I love the cover. It's very atmospheric, but it was like so boring that I just couldn't do it. I don't know.
It's too bad.
I was not connecting with any of the characters to the point where I even cared about what happened, which sounds sad, but it's true. So it'll still be a fun time to chat with the ladies that are able to make it, and hopefully more than one of them made it through the whole book, but I was not one of them.
Do you know that for sure?
I don't know that for sure, so we'll still have a good time.
It'll be fun.
We always talk about books in general anyway, so.
Yeah. And then we got to touch on our virtual book club book because we are meeting on Google Meet this Sunday night. And we're reading this book here, Small Game. So this is the book I've been mostly reading this week. You can say I'm about halfway through. And I think Katie's going to give up on it, possibly. We'll see.
I also decided to DNF this one as well. So
yeah, I'm going to try to
see. I DNF'd it.
I am enjoying it enough at this point. I'm going to continue reading it. We'll see what happens if I finish it or not. But my goal is to finish it up. And
I think a couple people in our virtual book club gave up on it or finished it and didn't care for it. I would say maybe there's only like a couple people that I've heard so far that actually liked it. So it's kind of a bummer, but you never know. I feel like this book was advertised incorrectly. Yeah, was the issue.
It was
and so
misleading.
I think that like really affects your reading experience overall if you are expecting something else and you get something very different. Yeah, they advertised this as a thriller, and
with twists.
Not thrilling. I've not even seen a big twist at this point, and I'm 60% of the way through, and so I'm just like, I can't.
Well, the twist usually come at the end, hon.
I'm not waiting.
I know.
You can tell me.
Yeah, she wants me to finish it so I can
spoil it for me at this
relay
point.
To her. But this is our book, so we are meeting this Sunday. Hopefully it still leads to good discussion. Yeah. It probably will, since
books that people end up not loving still often generate
for sure.
Good discussion.
For sure.
Because you can all dislike it together. Like, I don't know. But I feel like our book club choices have been pretty good overall, and they've definitely generated good discussion.
I think our next book will be pretty good. So if you want to join our book club, we do now have a Patreon.
Yes.
So we will link the Patreon link in the description. That's how you can join the book club. Click on the link. It is free to join. We will eventually have an upgrade option if you would like, but it is free to join. Join the book club, and we're just going to chat on there.
That'll be like our chat in between, our actual face-to-face meetings. We'll vote on books that way instead of doing it in our current Instagram chat. So it'll just be a better, more streamlined way to keep everything together. But then we will still, like Corey said, meet on Google Meet for like when we're talking about the book specifically.
So join the club. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's called the Book Sandwich Book Club. Wait, it's
No,
called Book
the
Club.
Book Club Sandwich.
Book Club Sandwich. So, who doesn't want to be a part of that club? It's exclusive. So, yeah, we'll have that linked in the description. So, click on it. It's free to join, and yeah, you can be a part
We'd
of
love
it.
to have you there.
Be part of it.
But now we're going to dive into, it was a great week for book mail.
Excellent
We
week.
basically get books on almost a weekly
We got a
basis, it
package
feels
like almost every day this week,
It's pretty
which
fun.
is amazing.
Yeah, I'm not complaining.
Like, I love mail because I'm a mailman, but getting mail, book
Getting
mail,
books is great.
things I want in the mail, books or checks. I never get checks.
Yeah, but
so
we do get books very often.
So we're gonna show off what we got this week. Obviously, a big part of it is our from Aardvark Book Club. We now each get a package from them every month, which is amazing. And then we got 2 other books in the mail from other.
The first 2 I'll show are from Alstora. I don't know if you've heard of them before, but I guess I feel like you have to be pretty like a big deal to set up a book club through them. But like a couple people, one being Jordy's book club, we've talked about him before a lot. He is on Instagram. We follow him there. Yeah, he's got a really huge following. So he has a like book club with Alstora now. It's like where he can pick the books and he gets them from them, so it like supports them. They're an independent bookstore, I believe, or book distributor.
Yeah.
So that's nice to be able to support them and him. So I did officially sign up for his book club, but I'm not doing it monthly because, clearly we have a book
budget
issue back here and budget. So what's nice about that, so I'll give a plug for him too, is that you don't have to do it monthly, you can do it quarterly. So I will get a book from him, like his choosing 4 times a year.
He
And he picks some
good
really good books. So that book that I got from him is Deep Cuts, and I did already read this book. I read it on my Kindle, but I ate it up. It was very similar to Daisy Jones and the Six, which is one of my absolute favorite books ever. So I needed a physical copy. And so here's the fun part. If you do sign up with his book club, you can, I think it doesn't matter what book it is. So whatever like his current book choice is for the month, you can sign up for $1.
That's amazing.
So yeah, that was a no-brainer. I needed a physical copy for my shelves. I would probably reread this, honestly. And it's a really nice looking book.
It's a nice book. We got to put this like
for
on
$1,
our end cap.
I'm like, yeah, that was a no-brainer. I had to pay for shipping, but the book itself was $1.
Yeah, this is one I'd consider reading at one point.
Yeah, I think you should read it. It's very good.
Yeah, that's a
I
beautiful
really liked
book.
it a lot. So I grabbed that from him. I will be sticking with his, but I'll just be doing it on a quarterly basis, not getting a book every single month. And then the other one, I feel a little bad about it. I'm not sticking with this one. This was through RuPaul, if you know who RuPaul is. And this was the choice for that book club. So it's like that book club is also through Alstora.
Yeah.
But because of budget reasons and all that, I couldn't really see myself doing both. But I also got this one for $1.
You wanted that book.
Let's call her Barbie. I read this one on my Kindle as well. Needed a physical copy. Needed that shelf trophy. It is a stunning book. I'm sorry, but seriously. And our daughters, by the way, are having a Barbie themed birthday party on Saturday.
Excited.
So we're big Barbie fans.
Maybe
in
you can
this
have
house.
that book displayed.
I will, and it's also signed. And actually, I forgot to show that on the other one.
That's pretty cool that they do
So
that.
it's pretty cool. They have little like book plates. Is I think what
The book
what they call them.
nameplates.
So these are both signed, which is really, really cool. And then another really fun thing that I'll show about this one just super quick is there are pictures in the back. I won't show all of them. They're black and white, but it like shows like the original like older Barbies. Like, oh, that's so fun. And there's the author right here in the back. And I've actually engaged with her quite a bit on Instagram, and she's delightful. And so I needed a physical copy.
That's a nice looking
I'm
book too.
very
It's very
excited.
small. Like it's
It's
a
small.
smaller
It's a
form
hardcover,
book.
but it's just
I love
like,
it.
yeah, it's smaller.
This beer is really good, by the way.
Yeah,
I'm really
it's
enjoying
very
it.
good.
So we're going to show our books from Aardvark Book Club. We did get all 6 of their monthly picks this month, which is great. I got 3 in my box. She got 3 in her box. We got all 6 books. So if you like any of these books, you can get any of these 6 books using our code.
Married Bookworms,
We'll
all
link,
caps.
we'll link that in the description,
Yep.
but for only $4. So that's a great deal. These are excellent books. If you like these, $4 for your first book with Aardvark Book Club. And all add-ons are always only $9.99.
Yep.
And you can get up to 3 books, so
Yeah.
you could get 3 books for $24.
Pretty good deal. Obviously, if you decide to keep them, which I think you should, because it is worthwhile.
It is worth it.
It's about $18 roughly per month for the one book, but it's always free shipping, and then you can always do add-ons if you want for the $9.99. So it's still a really good deal in my opinion, and they are worth it. I mean, yes, it's awesome to get the first one for $4, but I still think the 18 is very worth it for a really nice hardcover quality.
That's a great deal. So you're gonna pay $28.30 at most bookstores, which is
a lot. Yep.
And these are very high quality books. We're gonna show you what you got. We liked, but there are great choices this month.
Yes, they really were. So are great choices.
What I say?
You said were, but are. I said were too.
There were for us, but are for you.
Are for you, yes.
Does that make sense?
I don't know. Either way.
just grab one.
This is The Buffalo Hunter by Stephen Graham Jones. This has a really, really cool cover. Have you ever seen buffalo in real life, by the way? Because I have.
I have, yes.
So
I'm trying to think about it. Yes, I have.
I'm just like, I'm mesmerized.
Not like
by
in the
this
wilds,
buffalo.
but.
We saw them very close to our car when we went to South Dakota.
Really?
Which was ages ago. I was really little, but I do actually think I have recollection of it. It was pretty cool. We also saw bears. They like came really close to our vehicle as well. And we always have to show our Aardvark books without the dust jacket. It's pretty cool.
They're very nice.
Very sleek.
And they're very soft.
So this book is like a historical, I don't know if they say historical fiction or they call it like, what do they say? This is an American Indian revenge story captured in the vivid voices of the time by one of the new masters of literary horror.
Literary horror.
Literary horror. Yeah.
It's a new genre for you.
Yes. It's a bit on the thicker side. It's a little bit longer, but I'm very intrigued by the premise of this book. So if you have read it already or you're planning to, let us know. I don't know that it's going to be super high up on my TBR, honestly, but I could see myself reading this in the summer. I don't know why it's like screaming summertime to me, but like I don't
see summer, but
what do you see?
I don't know. I'm seeing
fall anytime now.
I don't see anything.
I don't know.
It's good anytime.
It's good for any time, but
yeah, Steven's written a ton of books.
He does have a lot.
If you've read any of his books,
he has like a huge backlist.
But yeah, this is his newest book, and yeah, it looks awesome.
Yeah, it does.
Nice looking book. What's up? Next up is Once Upon a Starlit.
No, not Once Upon.
Once
upon a time.
I was thinking of a fairy tale.
It is a fairy tale. It's like a reimagined fairy tale.
That's why I said that. Upon a Starlit Tide.
There you go.
Yes, by Kel Woods. Magnificent. This is a must-read. So this is a retelling, right, of Cinderella
and the Little Mermaid. Yes.
Which is pretty cool.
Right up my alley. Little Mermaid has always been my favorite.
And this one's called
Disney
in historical fantasy. So we're getting into some new genres
and some
here.
like mashups of genres, which is fun.
Which is really...
Yeah, that one looks really good. It's got a really beautiful cover.
And this one is very slick.
Very sophisticated.
Like this, it just
like
is...
a dark green, the black, and the gold foil, like formal. Right here on the binding.
The gold foil is excellent.
Very pretty. But that one I'm very intrigued by.
Yeah, beautiful cover.
I struggle sometimes, admittedly, with either
retellings.
Not retellings, no, historical. I mean, I was going to say historical fiction. This is not historical fiction.
Yeah.
Because this is a fantasy land. But I mean, when it's like taking place a long time ago, and if like the pacing can sometimes be slow.
Katie does not very well with slow pacing, yes.
Well, but I can like a book if like the characters are very well written and it's just like a really like a story that just sucks you in, then I don't care about the pacing. So we'll see how I feel about it. But man, hearing that it's like
it almost seems
mashup
like
of
it's
Little
like
Mermaid and
a
Cinderella.
Dark retelling too.
Yep, dark fairy tale, which I'm super into.
Reimagined fairy tale and epic adventure. Yeah, that sounds cool. So yeah, if you're into retellings or this might be a great book for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
And the next up is Back After This by Linda Holmes. I've not read anything.
Once Upon a Back After. Well, no, that's not right.
No, that's not right either. It's like add that to all of the titles. Once Upon. No, we won't do that. It might be kind of funny, but if you have watched the show Nobody Wants This, which we are very obsessed with. So, show recommendation for you, even though we are talking about books primarily.
Season 2 coming
but
soon.
This, I think, kind of gives me the vibes just by reading the description. So this is like about a podcast, and so is the show.
Yes.
So I'm gonna take a guess that the podcast is called Back After This, or it's just what they say, you know, at the end, probably Back After This. From the New York Times bestselling author of Evie Drake Starts Over and Flying Solo, a podcast producer agrees to host a new series about modern dating, but will the show jeopardize her chance at finding real love? It looks cute. That'll be a fun rom-com. And we've said this before, I think, like in the past, about Aardvark, where they list if a book has a dog or a cat.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, so it's like, if you're an animal fan,
This one
then you will know, and you can
has
see
a
it has a
dog.
nice Great Dane on the front.
Yeah, one of their categories is contains a dog.
Contains a dog.
Is that what it says?
I think it does, contains or has, contains, I think.
So like if you like dogs or cats in books, they got a category for
There
you.
you go, specifically.
But yeah, this is their
It
rom-com
looks cute.
choice for the month. Yeah. Up next is this one, which I'm pretty pumped about. The
Once
Unworthy.
Upon the Unworthy.
The
Okay,
Unworthy.
I had to do it again.
Yeah. So I actually really liked her book, Tender the Flesh. I was one of the people who liked it. I know a lot of people did, but it's not for everybody. So this is her new book. It obviously is translated to English. But now this one sounds kind of freaky as well.
Yeah, I'm still undecided about whether I will actually ever read Tender as the Flesh, because it just might be too out of my comfort zone. And he told me enough about it that I may not need to read it. But I do want to read this one.
This might be one of the thinnest books Aardvark's ever released.
But it's so nice to have a hardcover, because like we have the paperback.
I mean, this book is like very easy to hold.
It's smaller.
I don't always love reading hardcovers sometimes, but this one is just very readable. How many pages is it?
Oh gosh, look at how huge the printing is.
Oh my
You
god.
could read that in one sitting.
I cannot wait to read
I
this.
almost could.
I think it's under 200 pages.
So that's really more like a novella then.
175 pages.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and the font is very large.
Huge. Okay, we have to show under this too, which we didn't do that
This
for
one's
this
awesome.
one.
This one's really nice.
Yeah, it's got
the red and black, which is
blue on the binding,
which is kind of eerie.
cool.
But yeah, I'm excited about this book a lot. It sounds very dark.
Very unsettling.
Yeah, they had an interview with her on their Instagram talking about how she loves just
It's horror.
Yes.
Yeah.
How
right?
she's just drawn to horror. But yeah. If you like Tender as the Flesh, definitely try to check this one out because
And then we'll go back After This. Not funny.
like take that comment back, please. Oh, this book's I love this one. That's
cool.
amazing.
Blue and white. That's pretty fun.
I haven't seen much white bindings.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
That's kind of new.
I had to go back and show that one.
It's beautiful.
All right. And then we've got The Strange Case
that one
of
looks
Jane
so
O
excellent.
by Karen Thompson Walker. And this one looks really, really good
looks
too.
so
and look
excellent.
at this cover. Let's just talk about this cover.
All their books just deserve to be up front
They're
facing.
stunning.
Well, you can face them anywhere.
Stunning.
The bindings, the naked bindings.
In this spellbinding and provocative novel from the New York Times bestselling author of The Age of Miracles, a young mother is struck by sudden and puzzling psychological symptoms that illuminate the mysterious dimensions of the human mind and of love. So this looks really good. This is like probably one that would mess with your mind because it's like
Psychological
clearly
thriller.
she's kind of probably going crazy or like it's like it's like all about like probably memory loss or what's really happening. This one's
But then the book's so happy and cheery.
Right. Look at the color scheme on this one. It's so springy. And no, I don't think it's cheery. I mean, look at her face.
No, I'm saying just
The colors,
I'm
yeah.
saying just the cover.
The colors, but she doesn't look very
I'm saying
happy.
it's kind of like
Yeah.
contradiction to what the book's about.
Yes.
That
It
looks
really
excellent.
good,
That's
and it's also it's on the shorter side. I can tell.
yeah.
It's like a smaller, skinnier book.
So the last one is probably the one we're both
Most
probably
excited
pretty
about.
pumped about. This I'm sure one of us will read this one first. We'll see.
Or we'll have dual bookmarks if we want to both
But
be
once you
reading
see
it.
the cover, the title, you'll know why. You are fatally invited. Man,
It looks really good.
this just sounds awesome. I mean, look at all the
Look at all
the rave
lots
reviews.
of-
Amy Tintera loved it. AJ Finn, Alex Finley. Some of the big names. I'm a fan of this book. An exclusive thriller writer's retreat hosted on a private island turns lethal when one of the authors is found murdered in this twisty locked room mystery. I mean, that is like...
Looks pretty good.
If there was a book that we were going to love, it'd be this one. And then you just get this beautiful gray and red cover. Yeah, so this, a lot of people who we know in our book club and stuff who picked from Aardvark. This was one of the choices.
Yeah.
Because, these are the kind of books we both really like.
You don't want to put it down.
Agatha Christie meets Knives Out.
And we've never watched Knives Out, but I've had a lot of people tell me that we'd probably like that.
This one says Pitch Perfect. I wonder what that's
Perfect.
about. Interesting. Yeah. Wickedly delightful and mayhem.
RSVP immediately. I like that one.
Ingeniously plotted. Riveting. I like it. So, So this one's very, very excited. Maybe this will be your $4 book right here.
There you go.
This is worth $4. I'd pay more than $4 for this one.
For sure.
So those are our Aardvark books. Obviously, we're very excited for them.
Yeah.
We have a lot of books to read. So
we sure do. Yeah.
Every time we get new books, I'm just like, man.
It's like, I really want to read one of them, when we get the new books. And then I'm like, but I'm in the middle of all these other ones.
I have like a plan.
And then I don't want to start, yet another one because that's just my huge
I have a plan in my head. And then we get new books. And then my plan
goes
shifts here. And then my brain goes
squirrel, basically.
So,
that's what my life is like.
So check any of those books out. It'd be great. Join the book club.
Yeah.
Join
our book club.
Find the Patreon.
Join Jordy's book club.
Join RuPaul's book club.
Since I had to get the book and then bail.
Join Aardvark's book club. First and foremost, we'd love for you to join Aardvark's book club because you will not be disappointed.
Yes.
But this is Beer and Books. The beer is super good. If you can find this beer,
it's good.
Get this beer. I'm really mine's halfway gone already.
Along with all the books.
Yeah. So let us know what you're reading. This is one of our shorter episodes. We're actually going to stop this and read.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to finish this small game book.
I'm going to finish Broken Country, which I didn't show, but it's a book I'm really loving.
I want to move on to our other Aardvark book from last month. This one, Dead Money. I started this book and I had to pause it so I could read Small Game. And I've been very sad, but...
Yeah. Oh, here, since we're showing... This is the one I'm going to get back to. Look at these glossy library covers. I do love the library. I just don't like their glossy covers.
To be fair, like...
There's a reason they do that.
Our kids...
Actually, I will say this.
Remember that?
When I got home with this book, when I did grab it off the hold shelf, no sooner were we home with it, and I had it out here on the coffee table, but our daughter was eating one of those like applesauce pouch things or whatever, and our son brings it into the kitchen. He's like, "Mom, what is this?" And I thought he's just like asking me what. I'm like, "It's a book. It's the book I just got from the library." And he's like, "No, what's that?" And he like pointed on there, and there was like applesauce on it. I'm like, "Well,
and it just
that was
wiped
very
right
easy
off.
to clean, so I do get it."
And I was like, "This is exactly why they have these on there."
But I will need my own copy of this book because I am absolutely loving it, and I think Corey would probably like it too. So that'll be my reason to add it to our lives, to our bookshelf. But I'll be finishing that.
All right. So this has been Beer and Books. Cheers.
Cheers.
Happy reading and drinking.